I apologize. But so, I know people don't like to see the same content in the other places that it's in other spots. So I'm just gonna give it to you straight, okay? No chaser. And when we do these things, y'all gonna thank me later. Trust. Now, be really prepared because you are going to hit so many pitfalls, so many places and spots that are like you're gonna believe that this is what's going to be something that's final, and then you're gonna run into a pitfall, and then on your way back out of this pitfall, because mind you, not everybody can come back out, and it's best sometimes just to avoid going in. And so now all of a sudden you're hit, and you have to recreate, you have to rebrand, you have to re-strategize, you have to take a moment to think through how to maneuver around this wall. And maybe you start to realize like, oh, okay, well, it wasn't really doing much anyway, so it was a rather better off to move forward than necessarily try to hound out something that was actually being a bit of, as a distant observer, a point where you were able to realize that, okay, well, maybe since we have so many, for my example, myself, I constantly want to have many things going on because I'm always aware that something else may hinder or prevent something from taking place. So if I have other pieces and pawns that I can readily pull from, then it makes going further in progress easier. And that's really what the method is. When I'm really trying to focus and niche down and I hit a pitfall, I can pull from something else and then keep climbing, instead of realizing that no, I can never do any of these things. It kind of reminds me of pride. Pride has this moment where they're like, God has all of these things that are in store for you, so much, but thanks to me now, you'll never know. And that piece is about humility and finding ways to remain humble. And humbleness is a very productive, positive, pleasurable, sincere, and attractive quality and frame of mind to have. Now, sometimes everybody constantly is like, yeah, well, sometimes people can just be too prideful to do anything. They can be too prideful to build a subscriber list, to have multiple emails, to really recreate and rebrand and have two or three, four different options. Like now, I'm getting ready to make a new email list, and I'm getting ready to have different versions so that I can figure out which ones are best fit in certain places on this social media platform, or just to pull it when one of the other two are down for maybe the next three outages for the snowstorm or avalanche or whatever natural disaster is next, or this plane crashed and came, so this power outage line is down, so for this one's unavailable at that time and point and frame, and then maybe within the next day or two this one will be readily available because that one was destroyed because of the what actually came and fell out of the sky. So you have to kind of sort of keep those thoughts in mind. And I know that it's not easy. I'm sure people are probably just like, I just don't have enough time for that. I just got too much pride for that, or I'm just too prideful. I'm just too great of a person. Yeah, well, okay, are you? You know what I mean? If you pulling stuff out the sky, you ain't even say, oh, look out. Is you really? You know what I mean? No. But again, you got to pick your people, and you got to pick them, find people that are loyal, and mimic and think of things that you want to see in our world. And that's how you create what you want to necessarily hold as your brand as an entrepreneur. And that's where you start at, okay? So again, I don't really want to go long. I really just wanted to get on for a few seconds. Check out the Route 60 memoir written with Love Sapphire. It is available for $45 via BarnesandNoble.com. I go into how you can kind of sort of realize that sometimes some of the people that are closest to you, even your classmates, your colleagues. I had a colleague who stole $100 out of the drawers that I was a manager of. I got written up for that. I just walked off and just assumed, necessarily so to speak, that people were going to be just as kind of sincere, I suppose, as I was. And that was the lesson that I've always took from me. That was around 2008. It's 2026, and I have to look at my colleagues like, you're going to wish ill upon me because I know that old girl did. And it's no hard feelings. It's not that I'm trying to be pushy or mean to you or anything like that, but I'm very aware because this is what I learned in the past, that this is what you're capable of. And even you're the closest thing that's to me for these next 5 or 6 hours. And so you have to kind of sort of just be mindful. Everybody can succumb to some kind of temptation, some kind of pride. I got this bill to pay, and instead of working, you rather go ahead and rip off your employer and work. You get a little greedy. I get it. But I have to look at you like I understand, like I get it. And so sometimes it's not for everybody. Sometimes people can go their own ways, and I'll go my own ways as well. But nonetheless, when you want to expand your culturistic horizon, how you understand things, then you're going to realize that these are resources. So that's all I want to encourage y'all to do. Stay on your flow, understand what's going on around you, and you'll prosper. Simple. I love you. Have a good day. All right.